I'm Wilton.
And I'm Zoe.
We are the Robinsons. We've been married for 3 years.
Come May 26th.
Tell me something good. I want you to give me something real. Real, 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 real. Don't tell me something good. I want you to give me something real. Real, real, oh real, real.
So we started dating. We met for the first time in 2005. We actually had a mutual friend who had invited her and a few of her friends to come through. And upon first time I saw her, the very first thought that kind of went through my immature 18-year-old mind was, it would be really cool to marry her one day. I had never seen her before. I never had a conversation with her before, but that was the first thing that I thought of when I saw her. So fast forward a couple years, we actually tried dating one time. It got super awkward, super weird. Didn't work. It lasted for all about like a month, and
Even stormed out my
by
door.
the end, by the end,
wide open.
yeah, we had like this huge blow up, and I had never had any plans to ever talk to her again. But again, we had a lot of mutual friends. So we ended up occupying a lot of the same spaces. Kind of developed a new friendship, and by 2014 we had decided it was a good time to try it again. So we dated from 2014 till we got married in May of 2018. Dating woes. So in terms of dating woes, what would you say?
I guess this could be one because many people would not want to, and we initially said we would not want to date long distance. But the entire 4 years of us dating, we dated long distance. I was in Atlanta, he was in Cali, then he moved to DC for med school. I was in Atlanta and moved to Tennessee for nursing school. And our first time living together or being together for a long period of time was after we got married.
Yeah.
It was hard dating somebody who studies all day, all night in med school. Very challenging, but we made it work.
We did, and that was also, I would say, in terms of just kind of segues into how we got to marriage, was because even though it was very hard, very difficult, going through that time, it just really showed me a lot about her character, knowing what my lifestyle would look like as a physician. The amount of time and commitment and the level of sacrifice that would have to take place from all parties involved. Being able to see her, the way that her character and how she kind of handled the long distance with my school schedule, it went a long way for me.
So we, I guess that's what made him put a ring on it. But before we got to the engagement, so the entire time we were together, we talked about being married, and this is who God destined for us to be with, and our kids, and all this other stuff. But what was it? Not 6 months, 8 months, or whatever before he proposed, we broke up.
Yeah, I actually broke up with her. Which I know sounds crazy, but at the time I really felt like there was a certain work that God was trying to complete within me, that I knew that I had to allow him to complete, and I just had to be, even though for me it didn't make a lot of sense at that time of like why he would be telling me to break up with this person, but I just had to be obedient. And so but yeah,
God worked on both of us, so it worked out
during that time. And so that was about March or April of 2017. But then by December 2017, I actually had proposed, and she said yes. So pet peeve, she is irrationally, she's an irrational germaphobe to me. Like
it's not irrational. It's more like wash your hands after you do stuff. Don't blow your nose in the kitchen.
I mean, that makes sense. No, that's not. She's not.
It's rational.
That type of stuff rational. That makes sense. But she takes it to another level a lot of the times.
I disagree. But my pet peeve for him he acts like he belongs in a barn or something. He chews like a cow. Whether or not his mouth is open or closed, he is so loud. It's disrespectful.
Marriage trials. I guess the biggest trial was just our communication. You know, when we especially when we got married, something that we still even working on now. You know, just recognizing just certain things in the way that we communicate and how it can be triggering. So that's been like a biggest, big trial for us in terms of our marriage, is just to really addressing and working on our communication with one another.
We're still working on it, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna work on it to the end of days.
Yeah.
What we've learned?
I would say primary lesson that I've learned is that I think that the way that society portrays marriage is like this fairy tale thing. It's like the goal that can just like solve or it's like solve all of your relational issues or anything like that, when that's just not true. It's actually this like on its face, like marriage, quite honestly, like it sucks a lot of the time. Like it sucks to put in the work that's required to have your marriage be what you want it to be. Like you can have that fairy tale marriage. You can have that marriage that just feels so fulfilling and so abundant, but it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work, and yeah.
And I completely agree with him. We talk about this all the time, and with our married friends as well. But one thing that I would add to it is also a lot of times in relationships, and especially in marriage, when you think you got somebody locked down, you have expectations of what someone should be doing, how they should be doing it, and you build resentment. You're angry, walk around with an attitude, but you really need to focus on yourself. Worry about what it is that you can do better, what you can do more, what you can bring and provide in the marriage. And when you fix yourself, then you will be surprised at how your spouse, your significant other, will change and see the work. So worry about yourself. So yeah, that's it.
All right, that's it. Love you.
Love you too.
I remember the time when you were mine, you were my prize. Can we take it back?
Don't tell me something good. I want you to give me
Thinking I remember the time when you were mine, you were my prize. Can we take it back? Yeah. Take me back.